Good evening, ladies and gents. It's Price Monkey here. Just a quick overview of the day and some analysis ahead of tomorrow. Before I start, I need to tell you that my views are not to be taken as trading calls or advice, for educational purposes only. Okay. So if you've been keeping up with my tweets today, and if you watched my analysis last night, you'll see that most of the moves that I had, well, the levels that I had laid out, reacted, and we got moves from there. I'm not going to go into that too much because it will take too long, but if you do get a chance, if you haven't seen them in previous videos, if you have a look, and you'll see that we got reactions where we expected. Okay, so today I took a euro pound long. That was a winner. I tweeted that. So if you were watching my tweets again, you would have seen my entry. Gold, I took a long on that. Unfortunately, there was a loss there. We're actually seeing some profit taking on gold now, but I'll go into that later. Also, I'm currently in a dollar South African rand trade, as you can see here. As I discussed yesterday, there was potential for price to move up into these 16.563 areas, but I think I did say anyway in yesterday's video, if we start to see a new 4-hour price action come into play before we get it up into these areas, then potentially I will go short, which I have done. I'm aiming down towards the 16.048 area. Reason for that is, if you zoom out, it's just an old. I'm expecting to this act as support. We're actually down to the lows of this, the lower side of this trend line now, so we could see some retracement back to the upside. We do have the Bank of Japan's news coming out 5 a.m. UK time tomorrow. Okay, and then also they've got the monetary policy statement, which is tentative. So as the USDZAR tends to be heavily correlated with the ZAR JPY, I might have to exit this early. What I might have to do is wake up at about I might have to get up early in the morning, 4:30, and just keep an eye at this hourly through the night, and then close it, because I don't want to risk some large moves overshooting my stop loss. Okay. Other than that, what else am I in? Oh yes, we've talked about this previously. The dollar Swiss franc. Okay. As you can see on the 4-hour, we've made lots of bearish PA to the downside. We broke. I did have. As you can see, this low here was broken, so we've made a lower low now. We broke this low with this low here. We came up. I got in on the touch trade to the downside. We've not moved much. My stop is quite tight on this. So what I'll do is, if I do get stops out on this, perhaps have another go at going short. We could see moves all the way up into these 1.025 areas really, but ideally I'd like to see price just to sail down towards parity, and I'll take profit down there if all goes well. So those are the two trades that I'm still holding open at the moment. So on to analysis. ongoing analysis. What we got lined up. We've been talking about the pound and the Canadian dollar this week. Nothing's set up, unfortunately. Moving down from monthly, weekly to the daily chart. You can see we got quite a spike up today. We've not taken out this high here though, so it's still in my eyes not safe to go long. We might see that this whole area is actually, as we get deeper and deeper into this demand zone, we might see that the buyers become exhausted. So as we get lower, the probabilities of this working out, turning into a long trade, becomes less and lesser. But we'll wait and see what happens. You never know. But there's no reason to go long yet in my eyes. So looking at oil, you may remember from my analysis, if you did watch it yesterday, I said we would either create new supply around here, move down, or we'd move up to the next resistance, which we have done. We've hit this area now, the around the $35 a barrel area on crude. Okay, this was propelled by some news. What I expect now is potential for, let me have a look at this on the higher time frames weekly. So we could either see price start to create new supply around these levels, $35 a barrel level, or I think the next stop would be actually to move back up to $38 a barrel before we see a move down. So if we don't start moving down from here, $35 a barrel, next stop is $38 a barrel. But at the moment I don't see any setups for me to get in long or short. Just a general overview of oil at the moment, really. Perhaps next week we'll see something to get on board. With it being Friday tomorrow anyway, it's not a good time to be getting into swing trades, I don't think. So we'll pass on oil, but it's interesting to see that they're pushing it up now. Okay, so I'm not going to be looking at any yen pairs because of the yen news tomorrow, but I just want to show you that on the ZAR yen that we actually got the move upside to the upside as predicted, as inverse is shown inversely with the dollar ZAR as well, dollar South African rand. Okay, looking at the Australian dollar and the US dollar. Okay, let's have a look at monthly. So we've been moving up slowly during the week. I say slowly, it's not been too slowly. Okay, today we've seen a large push up with a retracement towards the end of the day. It is possible that we might be seeing the top of this retracement come into play. Okay, if we're not seeing the top of the retracement come into play, then I think we would be moving up into these 0.7170 areas. Okay, so perhaps tomorrow, if depending on price gets down to this area on the 4-hour chart, so we're looking at 0.74 areas. Okay, to 0.73, depending on how price gets down there. There may be potential for some intraday longs. Okay, we do want to be careful in case this is the end of the retracement to the upside. You can see we've got a fair few confluences going on. So if we are to go long, we do need to be careful. Probably just a play just up towards these highs again, maybe 50-60 pips, but I think there still is potential for the price to move up to the 0.71 6 area, and looking at the weekly, yeah, up into those areas. Okay, where we have that intersection. Now gold, as mentioned earlier, I did take a long on gold today. I took it into the long into this resistance area. It was on a smaller time frame. It was actually in here, around here. I think it was around here. I went long. My stop was underneath here. And we were just fighting this long-term resistance. Also, there was a trend line that we were reacting off to the upside. So we got a sellers took control and pushed through this level. We have had a reaction to this level underneath. So what are we seeing on gold? Is this the end of the move to the upside so far? I'd like to see another. I'd like to think that we could see another push up. To be honest, it's hard to tell at the moment. I think we'd have to wait, see how half of Monday to Wednesday plays out next week. We could see, I mean, we are at the top of this channel, we could see a move down, but I do reckon that we might see another leg up before we get that final leg up. So if we do get a move down here, we'll get another leg up, I think. This is predicting now. There's no point predicting the market. I'll just wait for the price action and then react to that. But like I say, if I'm gonna use my crystal ball, I think we could see some more moves to the upside yet before we see the longer term move down to the lower side. Okay. Okay, that's about it. Not too much tonight. Tomorrow I'll be, when the day's over, I'll be letting you know how I got on through the week, showing my equity curve as promised. And yeah, as always, like I say, views not to be taken as trading calls of advice, and I will be doing my analysis as usual, live, tweeting live tomorrow, tweeting my trades live, so stay tuned folks, and have a nice evening. Thank you, and bye.